Hello, this is Dr. Piloff. Let's go through some course overview and syllabus highlights for the summer term for financial management. There's a picture of me on the professor for the session A for the summer, and we are going to meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oops, we're going to meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10:30 to 12:35, so a little over 2 hours in Enterprise 178. My office hours will be right after class. We have some really good resources for you, and one of them is we've got a couple TAs. We've got Justin and Miriam. They both TA'd this course for a while, so they really know what they're doing. And so what we're going to do is almost every afternoon, basically every afternoon except those for the first day of the week. We'll have office hours from 1:15 to 2:45. Justin will run those. Um, We'll have them up in the finance suite, which is just outside my office. My office is 229. This is in 240 in the suite. Good chance you guys will move to a room, but Justin will go over problems, help you guys get set up with homework, understanding things, and so that's a real useful resource. And then we still need a room, but we're going to try to have a review session before every test. So the tests will be at 10:30. We're hoping to have review sessions for those that want from 8:30 to 10 the morning of the exams. So here's the truth about the class. A lot of you guys may have heard stuff about it, but the first thing is that I love finance. I love teaching finance. You'll find the TAs have the same kind of enthusiasm for it. We want you guys to succeed. We'll help you succeed. We're going to be very organized, very clear. There won't be any surprises. It is a straightforward course. A lot of folks find the material difficult, but it is straightforward. We'll tell you exactly what you need to know and give you the resources to make that happen. Some of you guys are going to love this class. You will say it's your favorite class. You'll say, I want to change majors. I want to add a finance major. You'll find it interesting and rewarding, and some of you will perform very well and earn high grades. So that is the truth of this class. Here's our philosophy. Um, we're going to treat you guys as adults who want to learn. And what that means is our goal is to help you develop useful tools, skills, knowledge to help you be successful professionally. Meet them. We will give you a lot of resources. I'll go through some of those in a moment, and we'll give you frequent guidance, lots of guidance. You guys can choose how you want to learn. Like I said, there's a lot of different resources. There's class, there's videos, there's different kinds of problems. There's graded assignments. I mean, they're graded, but you know, there's office hours with the TA. You can choose which of those you think are going to help you learn the material most effectively. No surprises. We're going to put you in a position to succeed. We're going to tell you what you need to learn. We're going to give you the tools to learn it, and then it's up to you to put in the work. We hold students accountable. And what that means is that there's a clear methodology for grades, which I'm going to go over in a second, and you get what you earn. If you earn an A plus, and we've had a nice number of students, 6-7% in the past couple of years, earn A pluses. On the other hand, if you struggle and don't get a high grade, then that's the grade that's going to be assigned to you. This is important. A lot of courses that I think students take are about memorizing. This is about understanding. And so the way I like to convey it is it's not enough to just be able to solve the problem. You want to make sure that you could actually explain to somebody how you solved it. So, what was the question getting at? What was it asking? What information were you given? How did you set up that information? How did you use it? What tools did you bring in order to, get to the right answer? We're going to do a weighted average. That's going to determine your grade and add a little any extra credit, although you'll see there's not a lot of extra credit opportunities in the class, and that determines what your grade is. So there's 4 tests during the semester. They're worth a total of 60 percentage points, 60%. Whatever your lowest score is, that'll get a weight of 11. Your highest will get 19, and your 2 middle will get 15. So a little bit higher weight on your best, a little bit lower weight on your worst. Final exams, 25%. Then there are some points just for basically following directions. giving us the correct information on your when we do exams is 2 percentage points, and signing up properly for the graded homework is another percentage point. And then lastly, 12% is on the graded assignments. So those are the components, and I'll talk about each of them in a moment. Take a weighted average, and there are your ranges. So there's two key numbers. The first key number is 69.0. That is the cutoff for a C. So 68.9 is a D, 69.0 is a C. Students need a C or higher to successfully complete this class. Students get 3 attempts. So if you've taken this class before, I suggest talking to me or talking to an advisor, especially if you've taken it twice before, what the implications would be for this being your third time. Second important cutoff is 79.0. That's the cutoff for a B- or higher, which is basically what you need in this class in order to be a finance major. The exams, there's going to be 4 of them. They're 60 minutes, 10 questions. They'll be at the start of class on these days, May 30th, June 5th, June 12th, and June 19th. Those are basically the first days of the week, the second, third, fourth, and fifth weeks of class. We will have a short lecture afterwards. And then in addition, there's a cumulative final with 20 questions on June 22nd at 10:30 to 1:15. That's the time the university has assigned us, and that will be 140 minutes. And so you can see the last week's kind of tough because you got a test and a final. There are makeup tests. Those are the makeup days. If you miss a test, there's excused makeups and unexcused makeups. Scantron Form and exam info. So, we need some information from you, and so just follow these directions, and it's an easy 2 percentage points on your grade. Every exam, there's 5. You'll start with 20, and then there's deductions if you don't fill in the Scantron Form info sections. Again, there's pictures that literally tell you what to put where. And then on the front of the exam, we'll ask for your name and G number. We'll give you time before the exam to do this. There's no reason not to get these 20 points. We'll add them up from the 5 tests, and I believe it's an easy 100. Graded assignments. These count for 12% of the grade. There's 5, and as you can see, 15 all the way up to 50 questions. So the first assignment has 50 questions. That's a lot, so you want to make sure that you do, work on it every day so you're not caught the night before it's due or the day it's due with 50 questions to do. They're due right before the day before each exam at 11:59. So if the exam's on a Monday, then 11:59 on Sunday, that's when it's due. 158 questions. I wrote them all, so there's consistency. These will look, the exam questions will look like, or some of the exam questions will look like some of these assignment questions. These will almost all look like the test bank problems. Same. Each question's worth a point. So we'll take the total number you get correct and divide by 1.3, and that's your grade. Maximum of 100. And so it means there's 158 questions. If you answer 129 or more correct, you would earn maximum credit, so there's some room built in. There are unlimited submissions, and so we tell you guys to submit after each problem. So do a question, submit it. If it's right, it'll count and it'll carry over. If it's wrong, you'll get some new numbers and you'll be asked to try again. What we don't want to have happen is you do a whole bunch of work and then something happens with the system and it's lost and you're out of luck. So with unlimited submissions, the correct ones carry over. When you do get ready to submit it, it'll give you this scary message. Just ignore it. Just submit it. It'll say if you're right or wrong, and then you can just move on to the next one. You guys are allowed, and you're actually encouraged to work together to facilitate learning. Seek help from an instructor. Afternoon office hours with Justin are a really good time to do that. And I said it before, strongly encouraged to solve at least some problems every day. If you work on them a little bit every day, if you have questions, you're in a position to actually get them answered as opposed to waiting until the last minute. 1% of the grade is on getting your Maple TA registration info correct. So first register your first and last name, but the important thing, and this is where the credit is that your student ID on the Maple TA system, it's your Blackboard user ID. So for me, I would register my student ID as spill off. So pay attention to the names of the variables you're in. Don't use your G number. And so basically, I'm going to download data shortly after or on May 29th. And if yours is correct, you'll get 130 points. So that's out of 100. So that's like getting a little bit of extra credit. I'll do it a little less than a week later. And if you have it then, you get 100, which is like full credit. And then, if it takes you an extra week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the amount of points you get goes down. So you want to make sure that you do this. It's easy points. Just, do it soon. There is one extra credit opportunity. We try to make sure we have as accurate a material as possible. So if you find an error in course material, let me know. There's some modest extra credit. Typically, it's 1/10 of a point on your final course grade. So it's modest, but in some cases, it can be the difference between one grade and another grade. What's required? Financial calculator. I use the TI-83 Plus. It's a good one because it's got this big window here, and you can see everything that you're working with. The other TI 84, 89, kind of that family, has a similar thing. Other financial calculators are fine, but we may not be able to provide quite as much guidance with those as you might like. You have to subscribe to Maple TA. That's the graded assignment. You can buy it online. There's a link on Blackboard. You can also get it at the GMU bookstore. They'll give you a little card. If you've taken this class before, you can reuse a subscription. It must be your own. You can't reuse somebody else's. Using somebody else's is an honor code violation. You don't want that. But if you do use your old one, you need to make sure to register for the current term. You're going to want to have access to Blackboard. It posts a lot of stuff. All the material goes up there. And you get a lot of emails from me, so you want to make sure your Mason email account is up and running and has space. Blackboard. This is where the course materials reside. The key materials are in course content. There's a series of overheads up there. They're like our textbook. There is no textbook. You guys are probably happy about that. Save some money. But these slides serve that function. There's also a lot of practice problems along with solutions, and I'll send out weekly letters and give you guides and information on which projects are relevant and how to go about working with those. Test bank problems are the main kind of problems. That's what the tests draw on. There's the links I mentioned to be able to get and also use Maple TA. So you can get access, by where to go to buy it, and then you can also go to where to, be able to get into your account and do homework. There's a list of tutors. These are students that have taken this class, know this material, did well, and are interested. Whatever terms and arrangements, that's between the student and the tutor. I'm just trying to link up folks that have a service they can provide with folks who may want that service. There's a list of video lectures. There's actual lectures, of me up on stage from fall of 2016. GMU TV did them, so they kind of shoot between the screen and me. They do a nice job with that. There's also some PowerPoint lectures. Every day in the daily letter, I'll tell you what of the lectures were relevant for that particular day. There's a discussion board. But it's an opportunity for if you guys have questions, you can post stuff and we can answer. There's also announcements. I often email them. Those daily letters will be up there. Stuff on the exam. So there'll be a lot when this is all done. So let's go ahead. Let's have a great summer session. I know we can make it one. The summer is usually a good time. Students usually do better on average than in the fall and spring, tend to be more focused and more concentrated. We see each other every day, so it's a nice vibe, and I'm looking forward to getting started.